Okay, everybody, welcome to Mindfulness Monday. We are lucky enough to be joined by Vivian Hermes. She is a certified mindfulness facilitator that will lead us through this practice. Please, everybody, enjoy. Vivian, it's all yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jason, and welcome everyone. What I thought we would do today is we'll do our usual grounding practice, but I thought we would add to the flavor of the practice about two-thirds of the way through would be some what I call valence practices, which is really just tuning in to the fact that every single thing we experience, including words, have a valence to them. By valence, I mean there's a charge to them. They can have a positive, pleasant charge, or an unpleasant, negative charge, or it could be neutral. So, what we'll do is I'll guide us through that practice of noting what's pleasant, what's unpleasant, what's not registering as either, and it's all for us to get to know ourselves a little better because, from the perspective of mindfulness, it isn't so much about the experience that we're having because we know that life is going to be filled with the whole gamut, the whole spectrum of complete elation and joy, all the way down the deepest depths of grief and remorse and sadness and everything in between. And so, since there is no wrong or bad emotion, there's just our preferences, and our generally our preferences is for the stuff that's positive and pleasant, and we always want to draw in more of that into our daily lives, and the stuff that isn't so pleasant and feels pretty ick, we try and minimize and keep at bay in our life. The idea is just to get to know ourselves a little better around those, and then see, um, where we go with them as they're arising. So it'll be a really simple, just to get to know valences practice, and I'll guide us through that when the time comes. But until then, we're going to dive into our mindfulness practice. So I invite you to stretch your arms above your head, widen your fingers, as spread them out as best as you can. See if you can build some um, tension in the webbing between your fingers. And if it helps, you can even interlace them and twist them around, kind of help massage and build some, bring them to a certain amount of aliveness that you can sense into them. Stretching in whatever way feels comfortable over your head or to your sides, and doing the same with your legs, stretching them forward, pressing into your heels to create that tension through the heel bones, and then also pointing your toes. And this might be hard to spread out your toes, but do the best that you can if you're wearing shoes or anything constrictive around the feet, to spread out your toes and, you know, um, provide some rolling in your ankles and your feet, bringing some motion, some activation to the feet and the toes. And then when you're ready, just letting your body settle into its posture, whatever that may be. Our practice is one of ease and feeling supported. So with your eyes open or closed, it doesn't matter. You can pick either one. The point is to select that which allows for the least amount of distraction. And sometimes that happens when our eyes are closed. We don't really have a lot of activation in our visual field when our eyes are closed, but other times that's when everything comes alive. We're basically watching an internal movie. And so practice and experiment with your eyes open or closed, or even somewhere in between where you maintain just a soft visual field where it's not open or closed. And from here, we'll just start by taking a couple of deep yet comfortable breaths in and out, and in through the nose and out through the mouth if that's available to you with a sigh. And doing that a couple of times on your own. And there'll be these moments of silence, and it's to allow you to do the practice I just prompted and see what happens. Once you're done with the deep breath, letting it all come back to the natural rhythm of breathing. Don't mess with it at all. We're going to start by checking into how our mind is doing today in this moment. So, offering up your attention to that area of your body where you experience the mind. For most of us, it's somewhere above our eyebrows, inside our heads, above our ears. For others, it's maybe something different, maybe just outside of that or somewhere else. So, first identifying where do I experience my mind? And then checking in to see what quality of mind is happening right now. So again, whatever we find, it might be preferred or not so preferred, but really, we're just giving our mind, our body, our heart ultimate space to just be today for this time period. We've got plenty of time to judge it and fix it and manipulate it after we take stock of it. Let's spend this time together taking stock of what's here. So, does the mind feel particularly scattered or foggy, alert, curious, relaxed, at ease, overstimulated? There's also, it might be that there's a combination of mind, and these are words I offered are just examples. I don't want you to get caught up. It might be something different. It might be indescribable in this moment, and that's okay too. Do the best that you can to open up to how the mind is doing right now. And you might notice that this too has a valence, that you do associate this state of mind with either being pleasant or unpleasant or neutral. That might be an interesting realization. Over here, bringing your attention to where you experience your emotions most strongly. Now, for a lot of us, it kind of begins it in the heart and chest area. So you might want to start there and take notice of what emotions might be here right now. So here too, there might be a combination of more than one emotion. It might also feel indescribable, and that's okay. See if you can just stay with whatever physical sensations you might be feeling that you might think is linked to an emotion. This practice isn't a perfect science, and we can only perfect our experience the more we get to know ourselves. So, staying really gentle with yourself as you do this. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you angry? Are you excited? Are you annoyed? Are you cheerful? Are you content? A whole range of emotions might be here. Take note of those that are feeling the most prevalent, the most obvious. And as you take each one by one, notice, do you associate it as being preferred or pleasant or unpreferred, unpleasant, or something in between, or not registering at all, more like a void? What emotions am I experiencing right now? And open up yourself to the possibilities. Anything seems very strong. See if you can breathe into it. Take note of whatever else is here. Now we're going to begin to notice how the body overall is doing. We'll kind of delve a little deeper. Just overall, scanning your whole body externally, internally. What's the overall state of the body? Good, neutral, not so good. Getting a little more focused. Begin to notice any areas of pain or tension in the body. There might be areas that draw your attention because they feel pleasant. Scan the body for any areas that do feel pleasant. From here, scan the areas to see what areas might feel a bit neutral or um, have no sensations. They feel a bit void or blank. And do your best not to stay too long with any particular one. You're just noticing the sensation and then continuing to scan for the next one that catches your attention. And then note it, classify it with a valence, and then open yourself up to the whole body again and see where your attention is drawn again. It might be to the same area again, and that's fine. Zooming out, noticing something in the body or on the surface of the body, noting what it feels like, the actual sensations. Is it a buzz? Is it a tingle? What does it feel like? And then Wondering, do I classify that as a pleasant sensation or an unpleasant sensation, or is it just neutral? It's just what is. And then moving on, knowing that everything is welcome for this practice period. Having noticed the state of the mind, the state of your emotions, and overall how the body is doing, see if you can move the attention specifically to the areas of breathing, whichever area that calls your attention. So this might be at the expansion and contraction of the belly, or the rise and fall of the chest, or the in and out breath at the nostrils. If that's not accessible, maybe you're noticing the breathing at the mouth. So without shifting the breath at all, taking note if the act of breathing, automatic experience of breath in and out, is it pleasant? Is it unpleasant? Is it neutral? Does it feel like we all know what it feels like to have a stuffy nose, or just difficulty breathing in our natural chosen way of breathing? How does that experience compare to how you're breathing right now? So that might help you evaluate the valence. So know that as we shift the practice to the valence practice, you can always come back to your breathing and just hang out here. But if you'd like to practice with the pleasant, unpleasant neutralness of different aspects, I'm going to choose certain words and I'm going to say them, give a couple of seconds after each one for you to just register how it landed. Is it pleasant? Is it unpleasant? Is it neither? And know that there is no correct answer. So don't get too caught up into what that first inclination is. Just, we're going to do it a couple of times with different word bundles. And so, really just getting into that practice of connecting with how things land for us, and recognizing that everything does have some sort of a valence, but that it's not a directive on how we should act. These are just data points that we're using to get to know ourselves better. So remembering you can always come back to your breathing or the body sensations, whatever feels good in the moment to help support you in your practice. But now I'm going to begin with the valence practice. So remember, just I'll say the word and you provide the valence with noting as pleasant, unpleasant, neither one. Love, love, radiance, radiance, beauty, beauty, wisdom, wisdom, truth, truth, joy, joy, work, work, assignment, assignment, goal, goal, manager, manager, colleague, colleague, Monday, Monday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Friday, Friday, checking in to see what those words felt like. Was it as you expected? Was it different than you expected on some accounts? Remembering that it's all just information coming through our senses to get us to do certain things and not do other things, to move towards certain things and move away from other things. And coming back to your breathing, Is it pleasant, comfortable, unpleasant, uncomfortable? Neither one, pretty neutral. And as we close out our period of practice, offering some gratitude to yourself for taking this time to dedicate to getting to know yourself a little better, give yourself this opportunity to just be just as you are. And we can recognize that we can register particular benefits for ourselves as we practice in this way and learn about ourselves. But the impact and the ripple effects of our practice actually spreads out to anyone who comes into contact with us, because the more space and kindness and openness that we offer to ourselves, the more capacity we have to offer to others in that same way. So they get to benefit from our increased patience and kindness, our generosity, our love. Thank you all for taking the time to practice with me, and I will look forward to connecting with you all in a couple of weeks.
Thank you very much, Vivian. Thank you very much, everybody, for attending. We will be back here next Monday, same time. So
Mm. Oh, wait, I thought
next Monday is a
next,
holiday. That's right.
that's what I
Thank you for
heard.
reminding me. So not next week, but the following week. So that would be the 17th, right? But you
Yes,
won't be here.
but Carissa will.
Carissa will. So perfect. So thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later.
Take care all.
All right. Bye
Bye.
bye.